Let's talk about the historic way the Milwaukee Bucks dismantled the Indiana Pacers last night.
Indeed. And for those that are wondering what's historic about it, is the first time in NBA playoff history a team has won a playoff game without both of their top scorers.
Ooh.
And that happens when you get 14 of 24 from Bobby Portis, 9 of 20 from Chris Middleton, and God, I hate saying this, 13 and 12 from one Patrick Beverly.
Pat Bev was feeling himself yesterday.
He was dropping the too small on everyone.
Everyone. Everyone, and all of them taller than him.
Yes, and everyone was too small. And the only one who was talking more than him during the game was the Bucks fan behind the TNT broadcast, who went in from the start of the game until the final horn. The Bucks need to get that guy to Indiana for the next game because he was talking trash. PG related.
Paul George?
No.
Oh.
Parental guidance gently suggested.
Okay, yeah.
Did not cross the line once, but he was just a Rolodex of Twitter callouts.
It was in, your head worder.
Oh, God. It was fantastic. There was one line where Halliburton was getting ready to get swung the ball, and he goes, "Don't worry, he'll miss it. He sucks." Clank, and it was just perfect comedic timing. It was just, he was doing the basketball gods' work yesterday. But on the court, everyone for the Bucks showed up. And it wasn't like an incredibly wild shooting variance night. They're 11 of 29 from three. Like they didn't go crazy. But on the flip side, the Pacers, while hitting 12 threes, they took 38. They shot 31.6%. And you had some subpar performances across the board where, Siakam ends up with 12, Nembhard 12, Halliburton 16. Nobody on their team scored more than 20 points.
Well, the stat of the playoffs is still safe. 14 or more three-pointers will win you a game.
And neither team crossed that bar.
No team yesterday crossed that bar, except for, did Philly? I think maybe Philly. Did Philly get 14? Yeah, 15 to 39. Yeah. So it still holds true that if you've made 14 or more three-pointers in a game, you are undefeated in the playoffs. How much of that we chalk it up to as well, though? Indiana with a 3-1 series lead, maybe taking their eye off the prize a little bit. Without Giannis, without Dame, you're on the road. Mm-hmm. You still have an opportunity, Game 6, to close this thing out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be important. It's going to be a lot easier for the role players to close things out at home. But mess around and find out.
Well, I really think it's Doc Rivers' pep talk of, I've been through 3-1 series leads several times where a team has come back and won a series down 3-1.
Which is insane to think about because it happens less than 5% of the time, and he's been involved in multiple.
Yeah. On the bad side.
On the bad side.
On the bad side.
Yeah.
So he knows what it takes.
That would be hilarious if they came back.
I would love it.
He's the coach of the team that comes back from one.
I would love
quite the little redemption story.
I would love it if he just signed, Gerald Henderson to the rest of the playoffs just to break somebody's hand on his rock solid buns,
right?
Like it happened to the Clippers.
It happens.
Gerald Henderson's rock hard buns broke Chris Paul's hand, and the Clippers were never the same.
The question was asked in the postgame: can Giannis or Damian Lillard possibly come back?
No. Strong no. No.
Oh.
Not actually Doc Rivers. He actually said that they're both very, very, very close. I will go full sources close to the situation tell me that they're both doing round-the-clock treatment, and they're doing everything they can to get ready, but it will be highly unlikely.
Well, we got Game 6 will be on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then if it comes to Game 7, I think we're looking at Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday? Yeah. Yeah, Thursday or Saturday. Okay. If
they're both going to try.
If tomorrow is out, is Saturday an opportunity? Yeah, is that feasible? Because look, both of them have Achilles or calf injuries.
Achilles adjacent injury. Dame's is an Achilles injury.
It's an Achilles strain is what they're calling it.
And Giannis is a soleus strain, which is what pulls on your Achilles, which is something you have to worry about. When I talked to Dame, he flat out said, I just got to feel good.
Just got to feel good.
I just got to feel good. And he's said he's flat out doing round-the-clock PT.
Okay.
Like, just trying to get ready. But he's going to do everything he can.
All right.
He knows that these opportunities are finite. And if he can go, he will.
That was last night also, as much as it was like you looked at an Indiana team that they just kind of looked uncomfortable, disjointed throughout the course of that game.
You don't know how, like, the expectation and the pressure that comes with those situations.
But as much as it was that, I thought Bobby Portis played his ass off.
I mean,
it looked like that ejection, he took that personally and came back. And like, we could and I am way on the side of like, okay, you took it personally. Well, way to go. But
there are guys that
it
take
was
those
a little
chips
bit
and-
of drive, and he looked like a man on a mission last night, as much as Pat Bev did too. And it looked like Chris Middleton, like he's been grinding through this playoffs. He's got an ankle injury that he's been battling, and he looked pretty damn good last night too.
Middleton's averaging, I think the last I looked, 27,
Crazy.
7, and 5 on 50, 38, 90 splits, basically on one leg. Like, he needed that help. He needed Pat Beverly. So Pat Bev had, what he finished with, I think 13. All of those points came in the second quarter. But you know what that meant? Middleton didn't have to put the pedal down for an entire quarter.
Yeah.
He could sit back and this is an insane thing to say.
Pacing.
Pat Beverly in high school was a electric scorer. But he knew that to make it to the NBA, he needed to be on the other side of the ball.
What is absolutely insane, and people they refuse to admit it. Every single one of those guys that are in the NBA can shoot the lights out. And if you were to be in a gym with a 7-footer that you think has the worst shot ever, you would walk out of there and just be like, that was the most incredible performance I've ever seen.
Kendrick Perkins averaged, I want to say, 38 and 16 in high school.
Yeah. Watching them shoot and just shoot with nobody in front of them.
It's disgusting.
It's crazy.
It's disgusting.
It's just, it is, and everybody that says they don't play defense in the NBA, just watch.
Try to get by one of these guys.
I wish that you could watch what these guys do when nobody is in front of them.
Yeah.
Because it is net. Graze the rim, but still goes in.
Yep.
Net. And they're incredible. They are incredible. And when you can get an effort like Pat Bev for a quarter, and that's a little Denver Nuggetsy, right? Where like
you'll have down and then be like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, but where it's like Michael Porter Jr. will have a big second quarter and they can tread some water. Jokic comes on in the third quarter in that second half, and you can see that slow build up, and then Jamal Murray just rips your throat out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they put the foot down. In the second quarter, it was 30-17, and this third quarter was 34-19. I mean, it was done.